not quite so dark, although I was really enjoying the dark this year. But it is still mighty cold. So because we have our juicy long shavasana at the end of this, between 5 and 8 minutes, it's important that you have something nearby, or you just have it in mind, that you have a way to cover up at the end of your practice. That would be a really great way to begin, is getting something nearby so that you don't have to mess with it at the end. I sent a newsletter out this past week about letting go, about loosening, not even letting go, but loosening. And it came to mind because I was trying to get a shoe off, and I couldn't get my shoe off, and it was hurting my foot, and I was in a hurry. And all I needed to do was loosen the shoestrings. And once I loosened the shoestrings, then the shoe came right off, and then there wasn't an issue. And I think about how I'm holding on. How can I change my mood or my point of perception if my whole physical body is like a tightly laced shoe? And it functions, when I tie up my shoe, it holds me well, and I'm grateful for that. But there's a constraint that becomes so familiar that it's invisible. And I am growing inside. And if I don't loosen these laces, how can I know where the growth needs to happen? And so, if you didn't see it, it's up on the website. If you want to see it, if you can't find it, let me know. Young Pueblo writes in Inward, what do we get when we let go of the past and the future? Inner peace. Realizing peace within ourselves, no matter our external circumstance, is a high form of freedom that allows blessings, miracles, and success to flow into our lives. Happiness and gratitude are attractive forces. Their lack of wanting is what clears the road so that new things may come to them with greater ease. Their lack of wanting. I'm happy. I am content. This is a good place. I am not wanting in anything. And it's that wanting that opens it. It's that lack of wanting that opens us up. It's that it's okay. I can loosen what's tight within me. And as I do, I am content. And in my contentment, I can grow. It's so different from the way that we're taught, and aspiring and goal setting and focus. And it's just learning that this space is in us. And how does it relate to the master breath? If you are doing the breath of fire with that sense of a tight shoelace, my belly is tight. My lips feel tight. And what I'm doing is I am generating tension. And if your life is sloppy and disorganized, that might be the perfect breath for you. If your life is overwhelming and constraining and exhausting, I would suggest the lightest, happiest version of this breath. Today we'll go 2 minutes into each one. 2 minutes in each gesture. And so you want it to be, I'm generating light, I'm generating contentment, I'm generating happiness, inner peace, so that my life may flow through me. And I am simply helping the flow. So put it together, make your breath of fire exactly right for you. Put your palms together and tune it in. And tune it in. And pausing, sitting tall. Just as we would say grace before a meal. I bow to everything that holds me. I bow to the ways I'm growing and changing. I bow to everything outside of me that is causing me, holding me in my transformation. Gurudev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. May it be so. May it hold me in light. I'm grateful. 3 times, just that. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists, and we will come to stand. So we do this loosening warm up, these circles. Out of the feet, out of the hands. One fingertip at your heart, one hand sweeps back, and you start to turn. Inhale as you turn to the left, exhale as you turn to the right. Oh. And you're moving with the aspiration to just loosen it. Loosen the hips and the belly and the breath. Close your eyes, settle in. 1 more minute like this. Feeling into where your back might be tight. A little bend in the knees, turning from the soles of your feet. Keeping your thumbs pointing upwards. Center, hands up high, and hook your thumbs and inhale. Lift your chin, 3 more sips, go up, up, up. Tuck your chin and cap that, and then give it a little wag, give it a little shake around all that full breath. Help it up, help it up, help it up, help it up. Lift your chin, breathe out, go wide, go down, let it out. From the center to the periphery. From the base to the crown. And shake out your feet. And bring your heels under your hips. And a little bend in the knees. Hook your thumbs and lift your hands up and tap your heels down so that you're starting to get a real grounding and you're taking your hands up higher. Long, deep breathing. So as you find a spot that feels like, yep, that's about where I can go, and then root down and lift and lower the toes and move around through the feet, and then as you press into the feet, rise a little more. Long, deep breathing. And the fingers are a little loose, and the abdomen is lengthening, and the low back is lengthening. And you wriggle as you need to, as though you were coming into, like you were putting on a wetsuit. And you're just getting it arranged. So you could feel the surface of your body arranging itself over your very bones. And you're elevating all of it. You're elevating all of it. Come up, come up, come up. And then bang your heels down a little bit. And then come up. And come up. And thigh bones go back. Thigh bones go back. Heart comes high. Back is long. Fingers are long. Long, deep breathing. It's going to get a little racy. Mm. Mm. Micro movements when it feels stuck, when it feels short. Micro movements through the backs of the shoulders, the balls of the feet. Encouraging yourself with these little movements. Yes, there's a little more space in there. Come, my love, there's a little more space. Yes, I am this greater self. There, and that, and that. Long, deep breathing. Take it up, take it up. You got 15 seconds. Take it up. Take it up. A little bit back. Take it up. Open your heart space. Be so daring to all of the happiness that's truly yours. Up, 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 up. Good. Soften your knees. Release your hands and slide your hands down the backs of your legs. Fold, 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 fold. Knees bend, wag your tail, unfold. Sweet boy. And that's it. Folding down, knees as bent as they need to be. Sliding your hands up and down the backs of your legs. Oh. Inhale as you rise up, as you plug into the floor. Exhale as you fold down. So that you're just folding and unfolding, finding the breath. If you choose, find the exhale and hold the breath out until you are standing tall, and then let it in. Letting the breath rise right up to the tips of your fingers. So folding down, exhaling all the breath out, holding the breath out as you unfold, and then let it up at the top. Just for 4. Last time. And standing tall, widen your arms. Turn your palms down to see the floor. Stay right there. Palms face the floor. Keeping the chest open, the upper back open, the flow of your body. An upward and a downward action balanced out. Step your feet wide as your shoulders. Turn your palms down in front of you. Elbows bend. Knees bend in a great circle through the hips. Making your feet a little bit wider. And feeling how this circle can start to affect through the low back, up into the space where the diaphragm meets the back ribs. And you can start changing the way that you hold your breathing. Getting into the inner and outer hip, all the way into the jaw. Maybe just for a moment changing your favorite color, right? Like what's all caught in here? What am I so sure about? Get on your surfboard. Get a really big hula hoop. And then reverse. Because we've been warming up with this, then of course it's in your mind. And so I dare you to stand at the grocery and very subtly, or not, maybe you're not subtle, circle, waiting for the next people in line, encouraging the people behind you. Let's go. It's all good. So start in your feet. Feel the inner and outer aspects of your feet. You're moving your hips from your feet. And the movement of your hips is changing your ribs, your spine. You have 20 seconds. We're not going anywhere, so get in there. Where else can it go? Where else is it needed? 3. 2. So that you can pause at the center. Notice from the navel to the hip points, from the hip points to the floor. This is our base, our foundation, our apana. Our ability to let things go. Our ability to loosen up right there. Hands circle up and back. And then forward circle, knees bend, forward circle, hands up overhead, drop your head. Reversing, drop your hips, circle back, lift your heart. Inhaling up, circle forward, hands overhead, pause. Inhaling up and up and up and up and forward and forward and forward and forward. Ha! So it might be small and gentle, or maybe it's got a little more momentum. As big a bend in your knees as you require. Good. And then settle in. And know that you are here the next 30 seconds. So make it yours. One more, so that when you reach the top, pause, reach, chin up, 3 steps, and widen down. And just notice, thumbs turn away, shoulder blades towards the spine, heels are heavy, toes are long. I am this. Out through the fingers, out through the feet, come to lie down on your back. As you land, bring your knees into your chest. Hold your shins, wag your tail. A little bit side to side. As you hug your knees in, this is exhale. Releasing arms wide, legs out long, this is inhale. Exhale, pull it in, and inhale, draw it open. That you could just open and close. In the closure, flushing out the hips and low back. Opening through the navel, through the arms. Pause, put your feet flat, hands wide, notice the abdomen. Come a little undone. Relax your hands and drop into the floor. Loosen what's constrained you. Lift your hips and put your palms face down under your hips. Draw your feet off the floor, your knees towards your chest, a little tuck of the chin, straighten your right leg out. Your heels about 2 feet off the floor. And then drawing it in, press the left leg out. The legs move at the same time like a great piston. And each extension is an exhale, and an exhale, and an exhale. Each exhalation, the navel draws back toward the spine, more stability, as though you were building a quality of certainty, that you're pressing doubt out of your legs, these great, strong legs of yours, that they serve you to make certainty. Not certainty of your circumstance, but certainty of how you would choose to respond, the story you would choose to inhabit, your inner certainty, your inner ability to press away. No, not that frequency, not right now. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your feet flat. Lift your hips. Turn your palms open. And notice. Come undone. Be carried by the momentum you're making. Knees to your chest. Roll yourself to your seat. And you're seated on the edge of a blanket or a bolster so that your hips are a little higher than your heels. In the last place here, heels out wide, shake out your feet side to side and your knees up and down. Taking one hand up over and then the other. And with this motion, you're opening through the outer hip and the outer shoulder. Out through the heels, out through the hips. And you may work right here, just reaching one hand and then the other, or putting a hand behind your head. Reach into the tip of your elbow. 10, 9. So that you're opening the spaces between your ribs. Stretch the intercostals so that your breath is ever more ready. Three, 2. Sitting up tall, walk yourself a little bit forward, your tail a little bit back, your heart a little side to side. Finding the inner thighs, the inner heels, the spaces between your toes. Knowing that we will do each of these gestures for 2 minutes. Our breath of fire will be one that generates happiness. If you're on your menstrual cycle or you're pregnant, long deep breathing instead. And then come upright. Crossing your legs, sitting tall, your palms together. Building a seat that feels stable. Thumbs to the sternum. And as you put your thumbs to your sternum, a little lift. With the lift of your heart, a little tuck of the chin, elbows wide, press the heels of the hands, and start with a whisper of ha. And it's light enough that you could smile. a little flutter of the diaphragm. And as you're ready, the eyes close, the mouth closed, we go out the nose. Rearrange around it, keep it going. That the shoulder girdle gets clearer. The back of the neck gets a little longer and the belly gets softer, even as the pressure through the hands might get a little clearer. Organize around this. Let the breath through. Let the breath shift you. Stabilize your body so that the breath has more freedom. 30 seconds. Three, two, one. In. Chin up, 3 sips. So tuck your chin and pulse the pelvic floor. Anus and sex organs gather up toward the navel, navel up and back toward the spine. Pulse and release. Pulse and release. Pulse and then stay. Chin up, breath out. It all releases. Hands down. 3 natural breaths. This is where you stay loose. Eyes stay closed. Left palm faces away, thumb is down. Right hand, thumb points up. Palm meets palm, clasp your hands. Hold your thumbs in, they're the height of your heart. Start with the mouth. Keep the breath, close your mouth, out the nose. If it needs to be a different pace, if I feel as though I'm rushing you, slow it down. But there is a pace here that has a momentum that we want to generate. Little tug of the elbows, heart comes up, chin in, and we go. Five, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. 3 sips. Tuck your chin, draw it out. Pulse the pelvic floor. Pulse, release. Pulse, release. Pulse, stay. Feel it rise to the navel, to the heart, to the throat, to the head. Up, up, up. Chin up, breath out. It all releases. Now stay. That sense of a shoelace undone. Like you've loosened your belt and unbuttoned your shirt. And dignify what resides inside. It is a greater self. It is a greater self. I am so content with this self. Left palm faces away the height of your throat. Right hand faces you the height of your throat. Clasp your hands, fold your thumbs in, open your mouth. Close your eyes, close your mouth. A little tug of the elbows. This draws the shoulder blades up under the heart. You're taller now. A little tuck of the chin. This drops you into the back of your seat. You're stable now, and the abdomen is free. The diaphragm moves easily, as though running down a hill. Not trying, not striving, not hiking up a hill, but easily. Momentum. A pace that feels alive, but effortless. Your face is soft. The space between your eyebrows is smooth. There's the hint of a smile. You're amplifying happiness. Five, four, three, two. Inhale. 3 sips. Tuck it. Pulse the pelvic floor. Up through the spine. Up through the spine. Up. Pause. Up, 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 up. Chin up, breath out, hands down. Notice. Just let it go. Be curious. What's changing? So that there is a rearrangement. All possible potential resides in the space of the self. And as you open in these moments of pause, that potential is easier to access, flows forward into your day. Left palm faces forward. Right palm faces left. Clasp hands, bear grip. So maybe the height of the forehead, third eye center, or the crown of the head if you can go over. Depends on your shoulders, turn your head. There's no tension in the shoulders or the upper back. Scooch around, get it so. Elbows wide, little tension in the hands. Open your mouth, close your eyes, whisper up ha. Close your mouth, out the nose, steady breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Sip it in. A little extra elevation and pulse the pelvic floor. Rooting, getting unstuck, Muladhara, finding our sense of ourselves, rising up to the crown. Release your hands, release your breath, palms open, thumbs point back, elbows to the ribs. Palms are open like you were feeling the rain. Long, deep breathing. Into the throat, into the chest, into the belly. Out of the belly, out of the chest, out of the throat. Feeling the breath as smooth, without gaps, without roughness. Sliding into your body and sliding back out. Last full round, getting as full and open from inside as you can. And on the exhale, hands down to the thighs. Just notice. And let your legs out and shake out your feet. It's a long time to sit. And a suggestion that I would have, particularly if your knees are tender or your hips and low back are fighting the seat, which will make it really difficult to think about your breathing because it's a lot going on for the physical body. As you said, place the blocks under the outer edge of your knees. You can stand them on their edge. What this will do is then your inner thighs aren't dealing with your knees, right? You've got something that supports you. And if you're going here, then you can add a little more height. So another blanket, a bolster, a seat of some kind can make such a difference so that you're seated, like if you use the gray thing instead, and then put the blocks under your knees, you're creating space between your hips and your heels. And so support yourself. Take care of yourself. Sitting tall. Put your palms together, return to the beginning. Put your palms together, your thumbs to your sternum, a little bit of a lift. Press the palms out the mouth. Close the mouth, out the nose. Focus your energy, focus your attention, focus everything this is generating at the navel. A sensation of light. And then keep the breath and bring your attention up to the midbrain and bring there a sensation of awareness, focus, attention, light. 3, 2, breath in, sip it up. Tuck your chin, paw, be very, very tall. Up and up and up and out through the spine. And lifting the chin, letting go. Shake out the hands. And we begin to move a little bit. Imagine that you were digging a hole or doing a dog pound. And that helps to shift some of the tension out of the back, through the shoulders. And you can dog paddle as much as you like, or as your shoulders and spine allow, it's like a crawl, elbow back, hand out. And then adding the breath, the mouth comes open. Close the mouth, close the eyes, soften the face. And what aspect of play could be here? What aspect of ease could be in this experience? Just be curious and steady. If you need to, if it gets to be too much, bring it back down and make it smaller. And be prepared to do that before you really hit your limit. Because when you hit your limit, you just want to stop. But before you hit your limit, there's a little place where it can just get easier. Or you can pause and rest. Find the steady breath, and then come back in as you're ready. Just over 2 minutes to go. As though you were swimming home. As though you were shaking constraint out of your shoulders, out of your back, and building the ability to take yourself forward. Five, four, three, two, shake it down. shake it down, turn your head, let it go. And then sweep up. Hook your thumbs. Inhale, lift your chin. Tuck your chin, go up, go up, go up. A little more, to the fingertips. And then releasing, open wide. Open wide. And set it down. The activity around your chest and arms and throat. Around the head and the face. All this is in service of you. All this is waiting to guide and hold and heal, inspire. Palms together at the heart, a benediction so quiet and soft and effortless at the mouth. Press the palms, heart up high, tuck of the chin, close the mouth, steady on. So light, effortless. Pause the breath, heart up, tuck your chin and draw your spine up tall, 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 tall. Tension to the midbrain. Chin comes up, the breath out, the hands down, palms open. And be at ease. And just coming to unfold, allowing it to integrate by lying back. So I'll put my blocks lengthwise at the foot end of my mat, sitting in the middle. The meat of your calf goes over that block. Which allows your knees to release, allows your low back to drop. Little wag of the tail. What adjustment is needed, make it yours. The first few breaths are full and free. The exhalation drops you into the back of your body. And just feel again the loose quality, as though if there were any buckles or ties or straps in your body that they could come undone. If there were doors and gateways in your schedule, they could come undone. As they come undone, there's this great trust
in the way time will move through you. deepening your breathing. Walking your feet in, if you have time, if you have the interest, if you're not pinned down by your cat, stay longer. And walk yourself up to a cross-legged seat, taking your time. And as you arrive, sweet boy, bring your palms together and bring them down the middle. This quiet, quiet, quiet center line, sweet line. Palms together and down the middle. And the last one. Just allowing your hands to come together, your thumbs to rest at the center of your forehead. I am this great being, so small and momentary and remarkable and potent. Allow all that you are through into this day, into this body. I am this. Long sat, short now, inhale. Satnam. Namaste. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for your time, for your practice, for your intention, for your curiosity, for your listening. If you got 5 minutes into that and spent the rest of the time lying on your back, fantastic. If you prepared your breakfast while you listened and hummed along, thank you. Take your time, find your way in. So, my intensive training to know more of what this practice provides and how to receive it more fully. I think the more that we know, the more that we can get out of what we're doing. When you're eating steamed broccoli and you tell the kids, this is good for you, they're like, man, that doesn't matter to me. But if I know that Adam is training for something and I know that there's food that's particularly important for him to have so that he'll go faster, stronger, longer, and you say that's what this food is for, this is what this does for you, and when you come home you won't have to recover as long, this is really great. And he's like, oh, that's fantastic, that's a great salad because I know what it does for me. And so similarly, ownership is an opportunity to learn particular aspects of the practice in detail so that we know, oh, this is why this works, this is great. And the more you participate in your action, in your healing, in your activity, in your understanding, it all works together. And so this aspect of ownership, this first one of the year, is on the koshas, the 5 bodies. You have 5 bodies, and they are all working, and they are all in need of your awareness and your attention to work better, to serve you more fully. And so if you'd like to know more about how these bodies work in your life so that they can serve your life more fully, check it out, marthamcalvin.com/ownership. Send me a note. We'll talk about it and I'll tell you more. I'll answer your questions. Because we start February 5th in person and February 12th is the Zoom version. I'll see you soon. 10:30, I am live in Baltimore today. Until then.